Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am here on the show, and I am here on the show to do a news video, so you're right into it. So we're going to talk about NFL, NBA, wrestling, NASCAR, and college basketball, so let's start with NFL. So this year's NFL schedule release could be coming somewhere between Tuesday, May 12, and Thursday, May 14. So the Texans have exercised the 2027 fifth-year options on the contracts of quarterback C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. Stroud's now due $25 million in 2027, while Anderson's due $21 million. Both players are also extension eligible. Caleb McGarry has retired from the NFL. Falcons offensive tackle. Falcons and former Chiefs free agent offensive tackle Juwan Taylor agreed to a one-year, $5 million deal. So, Caleb McGarry retires, they get Juwan Taylor. The Raiders have re-signed unrestricted free agent tight end Nathan Thomas. Falcons coach Kevin Stefanski said Wednesday the edge rusher James Pierce Jr. is not with the team at the start of the voluntary offseason workout program. Francis Maioga, potentially top tackle in the draft, has decided to be at combine rechecks on Friday for additional imaging on a minor back issue that caused him some discomfort late in the season. Kirk Cousins, he said the Raiders need to play their quarterback, even if it's not him. So that's a few things there from Adam Schefter. One thing there from Ian Rappaport that Adam Schefter reposted to see if there's more, see if there's anything from JP Football. The Giants have agreed to terms with former Ravens guard Daniel Falele on a one-year deal per rap sheet. Oh, God. They got Evan Neal and this guy. That's the same offensive line, my lord. The NFL will begin training replacement officials next month with the goal of preparing them for team visits starting June 1 if no deal can be reached with the referees union. Per Tom Pelissero, negotiations are ongoing between the NFL and NFLRA later this week. Current labor deal is expected to expire May 31st. Yeah, can't wait to get Fail Mary 2.0. This is going to be a train wreck. They did not learn from the first time. Maybe they'll be better. I'm not getting my hopes up. NFL refs are bad. Once you get replacement refs, people will be wanting normal officials. And that's all from JP Football. The initial belief with that Francis Malgoa situation of initial belief is it will not cause him to fall. Of course, teams will probably monitor this. Won't cause him to fall. Yeah, until one team overthinks their pick, and then the chaos starts and he'll fall. So some more top 30 visits. Northwest. What is happening? Northwest offensive tackle Caleb Tyron is visiting with Cardinals. Mizzou edge Zion Young visited with the Falcons today after visiting with the Texans. South Carolina corner Brandon Cisse is visiting with the Seahawks. A few more of the Panthers. South Carolina defensive tackle Nick Barrett visited with the Panthers yesterday and Broncos today. And Oklahoma guard Babichi Nawawu was with the Bengals yesterday and Giants today. The Browns are hosting Oregon tight end Kansas City, potentially the first time off the board on the top 30 visit today. Mekhi Lemon, the Giants visit with him today. But yeah, that is pretty much it here with NFL, so let's move on. So, let's get to NBA. So, the NBA is looking to what multiple sources say it was a strategy mistake by Kings coach Doug Christie on an intentional foul of Seth Curry while leading the Warriors with over 3 minutes left in Tuesday's game. Strategy mistake. Yeah, sure. Only a 90% free throw shooter. The NBA on NBA Today, there's a report, on the Board of Governors vote expected for May 28 to make anti-tanking rule changes. San Antonio Spurs star Victor Wembanyama's health. There was an update. He was obviously out tonight. He needs to play 20-plus minutes and one more game to reach a 65-game minimum for the awards. Obviously, he's going to ramp up for his first postseason. But yeah, that is all from Shams Charania. Cade Cunningham obviously returned tonight for the Detroit Pistons. The Nets reportedly had hoped that Mikal Bridges would have been good enough to lure Giannis to Brooklyn. The Celtics are known to have interest in Giannis and can be a potential landing spot. So a few things there for NBA Central. So this is what I was talking about. Let's get under all NBA here. Shams said the NBA Board of Governors will meet on May 28 to vote on anti-tanking draft lottery reform. Option 1 is getting the most momentum here. 18 teams in the lottery, bottom 10 that missed the play-in, and 8 that qualify. Bottom 10 teams each have a 8% chance of moving up in the lottery. Other 8 teams split 20% odds of moving up, and all 18 spots are drawn as part of the lottery. Flattening of odds does nothing but expand tanking. I'd rather 3 teams tank for the number 1 pick than opposed to half the league being in the window. This is a insanely bad plan. Tanking will now be for 6 seeds to be 7 seeds. Do people forget that some teams are actually genuinely very bad? Rebuilding for small market teams is going to get way harder with these rules. Teams may not just tank, they may just suck. Like, I mean, there's some teams that are tanking. Like, obviously, Pacers are tanking. The injuries killed their season. Obviously, Tyrese Halliburton killed their going down. Obviously, in Game 7, out this year, killed their season. But, I don't know, man. I feel like this just encourages more tanking. And the new CBA made it so bad through the draft, and that system would make building through the draft virtually impossible, so teams will need to build through free agency, which is also virtually impossible. We're going to have 18 teams in the lottery? What an idiot this guy is. But yeah, that's really all the NFL and NBA to start off here, so let's move on. So let's move on to wrestling. So Chris Jericho, you bring back the list of Jericho tonight on AEW. Pat McAfee says he's got some things to say on SmackDown on this Friday. No! Anybody interested? They really what could have been a great feud. I don't want to hear what Pat McAfee has to say. I want to hear. Pass the mic. He is a TKO stooge. He's sold out for the money. And yes, sure, maybe his promo, yeah, it can, but it could be good. Sure, it should be somebody else saying what he's saying, not Pat McAfee. It would be better if it was someone else saying, cutting that promo, what they did on Friday. SmackDown somehow averaged 1.5 million views and 0.443 in the 1849. This is probably their highest viewership since last year. People tuned in for the caller. They didn't think it was going to be Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee isn't a draw. People were tuning in to see who the guy was. I guarantee you, many remote controls. Click, 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 click. As soon as they saw Pat McAfee. That's all from Wrestle Up. See if anything called a holiday. Now, Triple H was on Cody's podcast. I think they had that podcast. Tony Khan says he's very interested in WWE sale in 2023. You know, he put up a bid. He's very interested in WWE sale. Triple H considers WrestleMania 40 to be his first WrestleMania he's had a creative. AJ Styles sat in creative meetings, but decided to pursue other areas within WWE. Triple H revealed. Scrolling here. Talent backstage, and WWE felt that Pat McAfee's inclusion, Randy Orton vs. Cody Rhodes, doesn't make sense and isn't needed given the history between the two. McAfee's comments on SmackDown, which were quote, unscripted, per PWInsider.com here, didn't help the situation. One talent police said there was sympathy for Cody as he now has to carry the additional weight going into WrestleMania. If people are saying Pat McAfee's the only thing making you watch WrestleMania, then good for you. If that's really the case, then it's gotta be bait. How did this work? Oh, there's heel heat. Where's the heel heat? There is no heel heat. It's go away heat. And people are like, oh, we got people talking. Just because we got people talking does not mean it was good. It's not heel heat. It is go away heat. You fucking idiot. Fucking idiots on Twitter. It's a repeat of last year. It's trash. I say it's trash because it doesn't make sense. Because Pat McAfee hadn't even been on TV. Come on, scroll. What the fuck is happening? Okay. Tony Khan up about Chris Jericho's choice to return to AEW. Punk, CM Punk went off script with his promo on Raw. According to reports, WWE had a plan. What Punk was going to say. But instead he went up there and cut a promo from the heart. Yeah, but that's all for wrestling. So for NASCAR, let's go over the schedule. Friday, 3:30 on FS2 Truck, P&Q 7:30 FS1 Truck Race. Saturday, 2 in the CW Apple Rally, P&Q 4:30 Prime Cup, P&Q 6:30 CW Pre-Race, 7:30 Rally Race. Sunday, 2 on FS1 NASCAR Race Day, 3 p.m. on FS1 The Race. 7:50 for Trucks, 7:48 O'Reilly, 3:11 Cup of your green flag times. Lacey Motor Club's a new president, JGR Chief Operating Officer Michael Gotilla, who will report to Legacy. Payout 11 million Cup, 1 million O'Reilly, 800, about 8,000 for Trucks, 800,000 or whatever. Obviously, Gabe Hart, JGR, Spy, everything. I'm not going to read all that. I just don't care enough. Yeah, but that's really NASCAR stuff. That lawsuit thing, I guess, still going on. But let's move on college basketball and end off. So let's talk about some transferring portal. Kentucky guard Colin Chandler, their transfer portal. Apparently, he won a lot of money, so it is what it is. Arizona State forward Masaba Diop's entered the transfer portal with do not contact tag. BYU star point guard Rob Wright plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. Like you talked about Donnie Freeman, a bunch of other guys yesterday. That's all from on 3. TCU forward David Punch plans to enter the portal, averaged 14 and 6 last year. BYU forward Kennard Davis plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. What is happening? Scroll! My lord. Sorry. Rutgers center Bay Falls entered the transfer portal. One team is surging for Colin Chandler, and that's BYU most likely. Winter Grady, Michigan guard enters the portal. ACC, Big 12, Big 10, SEC schools are emerging as early contenders for Wake Forest guard Jim Karras. Kentucky, Michigan, Kansas, Florida State, Cincinnati, and more making moves for transfer portal targets. Isaiah Coleman, Oklahoma State guards entering the portal. Pete Nakos has the lace on Faro Fulgaris, future at Iowa State. Brandon Walker, Mississippi State forward, is entering the transfer portal. NC State guard Terrence Arsenault is entering the portal. Texas Tech freshman guard Jalen Petty is entering the transfer portal. Cincinnati guard Jizzle James has entered the transfer portal. Vanderbilt guard Mike James entered the transfer portal. Multiple Big 10, Big East, and SEC programs are pursuing St. Mary's as Drew McKeever. Creighton guard Blake Harper is entering the portal. Providence transfer big Oswin last name is committed to Creighton. Rutgers forward Dylan Grant's entered the portal. NC State guard Paul McNeil Jr. is entering the transfer portal. Nebraska forward Burt Buckton Jails entering the transfer portal. Duke guard Nicholas Kamania is entering the portal. Penn State guard Caden Mingo is entering the portal. LSU forward Michael Nwoko is signed with Xavier. Alabama, we talked about that yesterday. I think that's all the guys really from today, pretty much, man. Murray State transfer forward Brock Vice committed to Kansas State. I think it's really all the guys from today from the transferring portal Twitter account. And from on 3, few guys that they reported. Let's go to Joe Tipton. See if there's anything else. Kai and Anthony, Syracuse guards returning. Kansas forward Floyd Duncan, Oregon transfer. I know we already talked about it yesterday. Duke's a team to watch for 2 top 10 guys in the portal. I think it's pretty much it. So, that's all I say. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Peace.